Ye-jin talks about disagreements with Hyun and how they resolve their conflicts. Hello, lovely viewers, warm greetings from the team at YouTube channel Yahoo Japan News. We're so happy you stopped by. If you enjoyed gently scandalous sounding celebrity stories served with a generous helping of rom-com warmth and wink-worthy humor, please support our channel by subscribing and watching this video all the way through. We've tucked a few special surprises and candid moments into tonight's edit that you won't want to miss. Now, let's take a long, affectionate look at something the internet has been whispering about for months: the supposed disagreements between Son Ye-jin and Hyun. Rumors have an energetic life of their own, but when an insider voice speaks plainly, as Son Ye-jin did, the fog clears and what remains is almost disappointingly ordinary and deeply comforting. She told audiences that, contrary to persistent gossip, there is no fundamental disagreement between her and Hyun about raising their child. In her words, Bin usually defers to her on parenting choices. They share core values, so conflicts are rare. She even noted that they've never had to ask one another, "Why are you like that?" or feel lost in misunderstanding. In short, they fight less like a melodrama and more like a quietly competent, slightly goofy team. Let's pause and imagine that. Two of the most camera-ready faces in Korea, navigating diaper duty and PTA schedules with the same calm they bring to press conferences. When Son Ye-jin says Hyun tends to agree with her, what she's revealing is not a power imbalance but a practical rhythm they've built. Many families divide decisions differently. Some households tilt toward the husband, some toward the wife, some make big lists and vote democratically at breakfast, but Hyun and Son Ye-jin seem to have found a shared groove. They have similar values, similar priorities, and that common ground does most of the heavy lifting. When your internal compass points the same way, disagreements become small detours rather than roadblocks. How do they actually resolve friction when it appears? Because of course no two humans living together are a perfectly frictionless machine. The methods are charmingly unglamorous and highly effective. Communication that's straightforward but gentle, a deliberate choice not to make home the office, and a habit of using humor as a quick de-escalator. Son Ye-jin has described how work talk rarely takes over dinner table conversation. This isn't avoidance, it's boundary setting. By keeping certain topics off the dinner table, they protect the private space where affection and rest can rebuild the day's armor. That kind of small, proactive rule is a secret weapon for couples with high conflict external lives. When they do need to talk through something, the process sounds more like a writer's room than a courtroom drama. A little back and forth, a lot of listening, and the occasional theatrical reading of a line just to test the tone. Fans who've followed Son Ye-jin's playful anecdotes know Hyun sometimes deliberately flubs lines when they rehearse together, not out of malice but as a practiced form of mischief that diffuses tension and invites laughter. Humor is not the absence of seriousness. It's a tool that allows serious topics to land without shrapnel. Parenting decisions, where rumors often start, are handled the same way: practical, tuned to shared values, and occasionally pragmatic. When Son Ye-jin points out that the couple rarely differ on child-rearing choices, she's signaling that a lot of potential fights never happen because those decisions rest on the same moral scaffolding. What's best for the child? What supports family rhythm? What keeps both parents emotionally available? There's also humility in her observation. She acknowledges that other families operate differently, and that's okay. Her remark isn't a boast. It's a reminder that compatibility isn't dramatic, it's quiet, steady, and sometimes rooted in small habits like agreeing on bedtime routines or who gets up for the third 2 a.m. feed. Another practical tactic they apparently use is the short debrief after busy days. Rather than letting resentment simmer, they carve out a moment, 10 minutes on the balcony, a shared late-night coffee, a walk to the neighborhood park, to share what went well and what felt hard. Those little rituals act like an emotional housekeeping system. Small grievances get aired and resolved before they grow into the kinds of things tabloids love to blow up. The effect, when the cameras find them smiling at a premiere, what looks effortless is often the result of tiny, disciplined maintenance. The public image piece matters too. Both actors understand the mechanics of storytelling, so they're careful about how their private narrative intersects with the public one. They know that a spirited disagreement can be edited into a scandalous headline, so they default to private conversations first and public clarifications second. This doesn't mean they hide or sanitize their relationship, rather, they selectively reveal the moments that reflect the reality they prefer to live in. Cooperative, affectionate, and occasionally mischievous. There's also an emotional intelligence element at play. Sun Ye-jin's frankness about not needing to scream, "Why are you like that?" speaks to deep empathy. She recognizes Hyun Bin's intentions. He recognizes hers, and they often interpret perceived slights as miscommunications rather than character flaws. When tiny upsets occur, they treat them as parts of a shared story to be amended, not as evidence of a broken script. That mindset, a collaborative approach to rewriting, keeps the partnership resilient. If we're allowed to be indulgently romantic for a few lines, their method of resolving conflict reads like a gentle screenplay. Act 1. A small misunderstanding. A well-timed joke, a pause. Act 2. A shared cup of tea and a quiet conversation where both admit the tiny human fears behind their reactions. Act 3. Laughter, reconciliation, and an extra take of whatever they're filming that day, because the best pairs always leave room to try again. It's not glamorous, but it is cinematic, and convincingly sincere. To our viewers the takeaway is heartwarming. Celebrities may live on billboards, but their relationships often survive and thrive on the same low-tech decisions that keep ordinary partnerships healthy. Boundaries, honesty, humor, listening, and the occasional theatrical line reading to remind one another not to take life so seriously. Sun Ye-jin and Hyun Bin's story is not a tabloid morality play, it's a quiet manual on how two busy people can stay aligned even when the world around them delights in chaos. Let's keep cheering on this beloved duo. Show your love and support for Hyun Bin and Sun Ye-jin so they can keep inspiring us with their heartwarming marriage and unforgettable projects together. Thank you for watching and supporting our channel. If you enjoyed this long, slightly mischievous look at how love and logistics meet in the lives of two beloved stars, please like, subscribe, and watch the video through to the end. We've hidden a few candid cutaways that show the couple's playful rehearsal habits and one very charming late-night coffee moment. Here's to Hyun Bin and Sun Ye-jin. May their shared values keep them steady, their laughter keep them close, and their quiet rituals keep their partnership both private and perfectly theirs.